The traditional treatment approaches for managing IBS symptoms are either medications or restrictive diets such as the low FODMAP diet. And whilst these things can help to reduce the symptoms of your irritable bowel syndrome, if you're like many of the clients that I work with, these approaches have only helped for a short time, they just haven't worked at all. You may also have found you get some relief, but you're also feeling sick and tired of the side effects that come along with medication, or you're just over feeling stressed out about what you can or what you can't eat. So if you're in this place right now and you're looking for an alternative way to getting long-term relief from your IBS symptoms without diets and without drugs, then this video is for you. Okay, so when it comes to finding a long-term relief from your IBS and healing your gut naturally, we first need to take a step back and we need to understand what's causing the symptoms that you're experiencing in the first place. Because otherwise, you're just treating the symptoms, which is exactly what the drugs and the diets are doing. So whether you are experiencing a sluggish, slow-moving bowel with constipation, pain, bloating and gas, or you're experiencing a very fast-moving bowel with diarrhea, urgency and stomach cramps, the underlying issue is actually the same. And it all has to do with the way that your brain and your gut are communicating with each other. You see, what a lot of people don't realize about IBS is that IBS is actually called a disorder of the gut-brain interaction, or a DGBI for short. This means that your IBS symptoms are being caused by a disturbance in the way that your gut and your brain are communicating. Now, in an ideal world, this two-way communication, also known as your gut-brain connection, works to maintain your body's state of steady functioning, also known as homeostasis. For example, your brain sends signals down to your digestive system to help it function correctly. And your digestive system, in turn, sends signals back up to your brain so that your brain can control things like appetite, mood, and also sleep. Unfortunately, when this gut-brain communication becomes disrupted, it can result in incorrect messages being sent between the two. And it's this faulty communication that can affect the ability for your gut to function properly. This results in IBS symptoms, including stomach pain and cramps and irregular bowel habits. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the role of the gut-brain connection in your IBS symptoms, then make sure you check out the video which is linked on the screen now. So knowing that IBS symptoms are being caused by a miscommunication happening between your brain and your gut actually opens up the door to a whole new approach to managing and getting long-term relief from your symptoms. And this is a psychological approach. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that your IBS symptoms are all in your head. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that the solution may well be. Because knowing that your brain and your gut talk to each other allows us to target this very same connection using psychological therapies such as gut-directed hypnotherapy and cognitive behavioral therapy. And whilst this approach may be brand new to you, these therapies have actually been around for almost 40 years in the treatment of IBS and have a wealth of research studies supporting their use. In fact, on average, gut-directed hypnotherapy can help to reduce the symptoms of IBS by over 70%. I also see results inside of my own online clinic with clients far exceed this on a regular basis too. Now, both CBT and hypnotherapy for IBS are so effective because they work in two specific ways. Firstly, they address the factors that are maintaining your IBS symptoms, particularly the ways that you think and you feel about your gut issues and your IBS diagnosis. Also, the changes in behavior that you've made because of your IBS symptoms. All of these things can unfortunately aggravate your symptoms. And secondly, they work on the level of your nervous system by changing the nerve communications that run between your brain and your gut. This means that they can positively influence things such as the speed of food down through your intestines, the hypersensitivity of the nerves, which are currently reacting to pain and discomfort. And they can also help to normalize how your brain processes pain. What's more, this approach to managing IBS is also recommended by NICE, which is the National Institute for Health and Clinical Evidence based in the UK, and is also endorsed by the American College of Gastroenterology. Furthermore, unlike medication, which can only really target specific symptoms, hypnotherapy and CBT can be used to improve the whole array of symptoms that come with IBS, including non-gut symptoms such as fatigue, back pain, and anxiety. The results are also comparable to the low FODMAP diet, with a 2016 study showing that gut-directed hypnotherapy is as effective, with 70% of people experiencing improvement. And these improvements were maintained when they followed up with the participants in the study. So if you're starting to feel a little bit excited about this approach and wondering whether it's going to work for you, I also understand that there's probably a part of you that's feeling pretty skeptical too. In fact, many of the clients that I've worked with in the past confess that in the initial stages, they just didn't want to feel hopeful because they'd already tried so many things and had been let down so many times. It almost felt easier to just not get their hopes up in the first place. So let me know down in the comments if you've ever felt this way too. So if you are feeling skeptical and you're wanting to learn more about the research and how this approach could work for you and your IBS symptoms, then make sure you watch this next video where I share more about the research and some incredible success stories. And if you're enjoying learning about a totally different way to regaining control of your IBS, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, as there is a whole lot more content here that can really help you. That's it for now. I hope to see you next time.